Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to cut the top off a 50-foot tree safely from the ground using a quadcopter and a manual chainsaw. Think it's impossible? Here's the top of the tree, 17 meters. Here's where we cut it, and there's where it fell. Didn't damage the fence at all. Today we're doing something I don't think's ever been done before. We're gonna take a Neo on a tether, fly it into a tree, loop it around a couple branches. So I'm gonna top the tree, thread it with a Neo on a tether. We don't know how this is gonna go, but it's worth a shot. Move it over a little bit. Forward, up. A little more forward. Pivot. Forward. Pivot. Forward. A little more forward. Come on. Rotate. Forward. Slide out of the tree. Maybe a little higher. All right, now forward. It's really struggling now, which I never anticipated. Forward. All right, to clear the tree, it's taking up more line. Okay, higher. Okay, now it's stuck in the tree, so I gotta go forward. So partial success. It ran out of juice, it tried to fly up. The tether worked as like a really heavy wind. Using one of my photography booms, I was able to get it down to human level. I really thought the kite string, even though it's 90-pound test, there was a heavy branch that was giving it just enough friction, especially wrapped around the tree. But now it's back in my hands, which is good. And now I have to just kind of take this line, get it out of the woods. Or I guess I could put the quadcopter back up. And we'll show you right where so we see it goes around the tree. So that's a success. Wanted to verify that. Let me see if I can simulate what I did. Flew through the tree. Rotate. I came around here. And because I had problems with the tree, I actually raised it up through the branches and then pulled the cord through the edge of the branches. And there it just hit a branch. I have super strong kite string. I'm into kites. The fact that it's hung up on a branch up top is a good thing and a not so good thing. It's going to cut down on the friction around the trunk at the top, but I don't want it to get hung up. So I've tied these two strings together and then taped them so that they won't foul up on the branch. So now we're just going to run it up the flagpole and swap out the string and then put on the chainsaw. This was the cord I originally wanted to take up on the Neo, but the Neo doesn't have enough power to pull it up. Here is what came with the kit. Chain is two-sided, so you can cut from either side. I have a chain that's only one-sided, but once you get the chain up there, it's good to have two sides. Two of these ropes, 25 feet, but the top of the tree that I'm going to cut is over 30 feet tall, so I'm going to have to go with 550-pound paracord, 50 feet. And that should be plenty for me to adjust around and cut. I didn't like these S-hooks. I thought they were a little light. I'm not so caring about the handles here that I'm going to use at the bottom, because if they fail, I'm not going to lose the entire rig up top. So I got some 3/16 inch, 1.5 inch S hooks. Put those in place, and that's what I'm going to use and tie into with this paracord. Use a bowline knot to tie into the chain. Number 6, rabbit goes out of the hole, goes around the tree and into the hole. Bowline knots are great, they're anti-slip. Finish it off with another loop. Do that on both ends. Now I've got the bigger cord with the orange cord, and I used orange so it would be easier to see. And I'll tape that up and run it around the top and get the chainsaw up there. It's the next day. All sorts of wacky reasons why we didn't finish this yesterday. We've tied off the manual chainsaw. Remember, this has got cutters on both sides. That's important because you don't know what's going to happen up there. And now we're going to run it up to the top and start working on taking the top off this tree. It's a 50-foot tree. We're up about 33 feet up where we're going to top it off. And it's for safety reasons. We got a lot of houses around here and I just don't want it to grow bigger. You can see that the roots are coming out. I just want to kind of maintain the tree at a lower level, give it a more rounder shape. Here's our situation. The chainsaw is not level. It's at a severe angle, which means I'm going to have to cut through the trunk of the tree this way. It's not going to work. So I've got this pole and I'm going to hook it and run it through this part of the tree so that I'll be able to work the chainsaw in the same direction. That will also be easier for the top of the tree to fall down there. The target is inside the fence line. Here's the view of the cutting angle to the tree. I'm a good way through, and the whole idea is you just need smooth motions. You don't see this on any other video. Not too hard, not too soft, just deliberate. And it looks like it's getting pretty close to going through. Probably been doing this for about 10 minutes now. Who knows when it's going to go. Bring it up a little bit. Slow it down. We're cutting it through. You can probably hear the crunching in the background. The saw is jammed right there in the center. And I guess we're just going to have to wait for it to fall down because we can't get the saw out. The pressure of the trunk is now on the saw, which was my biggest concern. Sun's going down, fighting weather in the outdoors yet again. You saw from the footage from the Mini 4 Pro, ideally, that it's almost all the way through. And a strong wind's probably going to take it down. When you're doing a branch and you're cutting through, you're not going to get that impingement. And I tried different angles to try to prevent this, and I actually got it almost all the way through. Here's the trunk of the tree, and there's probably this much left. Like I said, a strong wind will probably pop it right off. Family members think it's going to destroy my fence back here. We'll have to see. I'm pretty confident it's just going to be right here inside the fence, ideally. Last night, the mission was completed around midnight when there was just enough wind to break the last bits of this trunk off and place the tree through the pinball machine up here in the branches to right where you see it. It didn't land on this piece of wood, pretty much straight down. There's the top of the tree at 17 meters. Here's where we cut it. And there's where it fell. Cutting down the top of the trunk, 33 feet up from the ground, took about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes of sawing. It's pretty easy once you got the flow down. Absolutely amazing how well this works. And these are really sharp, and as you can see, they do the job. If you're interested in this amazing air vehicle or the manual saw, I'll post links down below. Well worth the investment, this manual saw. Quadcopter, that's a lot of fun. But again, it's not just a toy. You can use it in all sorts of ways. It's only limited by your imagination. Was trying to figure out all sorts of ways to make this happen from the ground safely. I could have climbed the tree and risked my life, and you could see how big this is. If this would have hit me, or if I would have fallen out of the tree 33 feet, I'd be dead. If I hired someone to do it for me, $400 to $600. This kit ranges in price anywhere from $40 to $60. This This is a little more expensive, but if you look at the price of this compared to hiring somebody to do it, or me falling out of the tree and getting injured, dying in the process, well worth the investment. Would I do this again? Yes, probably to the other side of the tree, but that will be in the fall. We'll see how this works out. Thumbs up and comments, always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in old tech and new tech, combinations to solve problems, making and breaking things, designs of all kinds, home repairs, surprising things that you thought weren't possible, check out my channel and please subscribe, because you really never know what you're gonna see.